Okay, our module 1 is not very lengthy. This just having 1 hour of a few points, again 1 hour of another few points, and 2 hours of few other points related to microwave, because you have already studied microwave. You already studied microwave in the previous semester, and you also had a lab regarding microwave. So just brushing up of all these things. Only this last portion you need to study, and these systems regarding the systems. These are all introductory portions. Only 4 hours allotted for it. And as I told you, there are many program outcomes, 12 in number, and 3 program-specific outcomes. The total 6 modules. I told the first one is microwave-based, second is digital TV, third is satellite communication, and this is wireless communication, cellular, and different aspects of other types of wireless communication. There are 6 course outcomes which have been defined by the department. So we'll start with after the end of the first module, the student should be able to explain the technology of microwave communications. Okay, so that's the first module. That is the course outcome 1. These are all mapped to different program outcomes as well as program specific outcomes. I'm not going into the detail of that. Just for information, you will find these words in the question papers, series question papers. First series, you will have this from CO1 and CO2, second series CO3, 4, and these are covered in the university or in the assignments. So let's start with this first module. Microwaves are generally, there are various definitions. Maybe 500 megahertz to 300 gigahertz or more is the term used in the book. The book which it is specified for microwave is the Tomasi book. Wayne Tomasi book is there. Advanced Communication System by Wayne Tomasi. And in that, towards the end, almost 600 pages are there. Around that 500 page, that chapter, around 13 or 15, you have this microwave. So we'll follow this Wayne Tomasi for this microwave. And a different portion from different books. Basically, if you go to the syllabus, digital TV, another book, satellite, another book, Rudy, and wireless, there are 1 or 2 books. Common Rappaport is there, and a few books for different portions of these networks, all from different books. So first module is based on Wayne Tomasi book of advanced communication. And short wavelength is the word from which this microwaves come. So when the frequency is high, the wavelength should be small. For instance, 100 gigahertz means wavelength is only 0.3 centimeter. So this was started very early, 1951. This first transcontinental microwave radio system began. You can have categorize it as a short haul for a shorter distance or a long haul for a very large distance coverage. These are using repeater stations, microwave repeater links. You can have a large coverage or a long haul, or it can be a short haul. So this is just to know that it's of the order of gigahertz, the frequency. Correspondingly, wavelength is small. Started way back in 1951. First transcontinental microwave radio system began operation. This figure, it shows the a side view. This just shows the curvature of a thing is the transmitting antenna and receiving antenna should see each other, should be line of sight. So this is a transmitter, a terminal station. This is a relay or repeater station. This receives, again modifies and amplifies and transmits, again repeater station until the final terminal station. So these are all line of sight communication. So from a side view, you should If there are mountains to block, you should have an alignment or design the layout of the uh, link so that there are no obstacles, because this is a line of sight system. Line of sight means your TV remote, it is infrared, it is again line of sight. If something comes in between, it is this terrain, etc. So that is why this side view is shown. Buildings are there. We have to take care of this building. If it comes in between transmitter and receiver, it gets blocked. Since it is a line of sight. The higher the frequency, the more directive electromagnetic wave becomes. So audio waves is lower frequency. It travels in wave fronts. It traverses everywhere. Whereas light is high frequency, it is directive in nature. So higher the frequency, the more directive the waves become. So in the book, it is listed lot of advantages and a lot of disadvantages are also there. So one advantage is, so in generally you can say that these are two towers would be spaced in miles. It is 15 to 30 miles or maybe 50 kilometers or so, around that range. Two microwave antennas, transmitting and receiving antennas would be apart about 50 kilometers. And main advantage is you don't have to require acquire land, right of way acquisition between stations. So you don't have to dig cables, bury cables, etc. So you can have a station in a small land, maybe on a big building. So it's easy, and this acquisition is not required. And since it's a high frequency, the capacity is high. Basically the frequency, the higher the frequency, say 5% or 10% of the center frequency would be the bandwidth. So when the frequency is in gigahertz, the 5%, 10%, the bandwidth is high. So the large quantities of information can be carried when the frequency is high. Correspondingly, the antennas are required, size is less. And there are many other advantages. It is been listed in the book and I have given here. And we'll just see the main disadvantage. Last semester, you would have seen that it is very difficult to analyze and design circuits and microwave frequencies. These techniques for measurement and implementation, measuring techniques are different. Therefore, measuring frequency is different. So all the many difficulties are there. It's difficult to implement high frequency components as well, resistor, capacitor, inductor. So the transit time is critical. So you would have come across these tubes, and so the time for the beam to travel from emitter to collector is important. That's the transient time, and we need specialized components like klystron, all these things. So just an ordinary amplifier or oscillator is not there. Magnetron, all these things are there. And another disadvantage is it travels in straight line. So it limits their use to line of sight application. As I said, this TV remote, something comes in between, you cannot operate that function. So similarly, microwave also, if something comes in between, this is totally disrupted, the communication. So that is one limitation. And normally everything you have analog and digital. Analog means frequency modulation, and digital means correspondingly PSK, QSK, all these shift keys are there. Microwave, when I told about this microwave radio stations on Earth, it is the terrestrial radio system. In addition, you can have satellite also. Satellite, you have a transponder. That is a relay. That is a relay station. Satellite is actually a relay station. You beam something from the ground, it reaches the equipment, the antenna in the satellite. It is again further processed and again beamed back towards the earth. So that's a relay station, similar to a microwave repeater station. Satellite acts like that. So satellite and terrestrial, both the types of microwaves are there. The advantage of using satellite is you get a larger footprint. While beaming downwards, you just need three satellites to cover the whole Earth. So whereas terrestrial, you cannot cover that. But advantage with terrestrial communication is you have, say, hilly terrains, mountains. Say in northeast you go, you cannot dig cables through the mountains and valleys, etc. So the only options you get is this microwave, which is easy to install and get going. So, so it is easy to install as well. In such terrains, only option becomes a microwave. So terrestrial as well as satellite, it has its own applications in microwave. Now, as we know, normally FM is superior to AM. So generally we go AM started first, and FM superseded it because of this noise consideration, and it is relatively insensitive to nonlinear distortion. So AM has many disadvantages. So we prefer FM. Okay. So that is the comparison between AM and FM. In AM, the intermodulation noise is more as well. So, so all these disadvantages are there. So FM, you also have the need for only low transmit qualities, is less sensitive to noise. So frequently we prefer FM, and normally we had analog, and there are, but most of the places you still have analog, which is FM in nature, or shift keying, digital shift keying. And then we will come to this portion, and which is the block diagram. This we'll look at in the next class tomorrow. So I will stop here. And